Welcome back. Now, as promised, we go live to Los Angeles to join the victorious quarterback, D. Harbatkin.
Thanks for having me.
This was your third Center Bowl championship in a row and fifth overall. How does this Center Bowl rank with the other ones?
Well, naturally, the first one is always going to be special, and for me personally, Center Bowl 4, when we were able to overcome, Scottco, our biggest rival, in that, marathon game where we just beat them by one touchdown at the end, largely because of, it being called on account of darkness. That was a great victory, even though I didn't personally have the best game. But that certainly ranks up there. But this was a big one. This was the 10th anniversary Center Bowl, and to come out on top, it's pretty good. So it definitely ranks up there.
Now, after Center Bowl 7 in Los Angeles, when the team I was on destroyed your team 12-2, your record in Center Bowl games has dropped to a pitiful 2-4. How did you manage to turn it around?
Well, honestly, we were at a low point then. We had just come off the loss to Scottco, and this was my home turf, and I ended up getting demolished. It was very demoralizing. But the next year we went to Vegas. We took on the team from Vegas, and that really started us to play these teams from the cities where we would go to, and honestly, that actually helped tremendously because, over the years as center members, we'd built up a chemistry and we knew each other. Because we'd been playing since, the first days that we were at college, so we knew each other, and, and this was our game, and so to be on those teams, we really were able to overcome the obstacles, and in this game, really the key was, not turning the ball over. No interceptions thrown on offense, and on defense we came up with some big plays. Jamie with the big interception early in the game, and Audwin, Dr. Hockey, he hit a couple big interceptions, and some of them for touchdown returns, and that's how. And the other thing is, when we would find ourselves down, we never got too down. They scored 4 touchdowns in a row early, and we just never gave up, and we just kept on pressing, and that's been a regular theme for all the teams that I've been on, probably since Center Bowl 5. We found ourselves down early in that game, and Scottco was really on the move, but we found a way, just to never give up and to just keep fighting and until the end. And unfortunately that game, ended up in a tie because of Travis's injury, but that fire and that consistency to say we're never out of it, stayed with us, and it's been on all the teams that I've been on, and that's really led to our success, even when things didn't look the best.
Fascinating. So your record is now even with Geza, the co-founder of the Center, and the only other player to have played in all 10 Center Bowls. Why is it that after all that experience, you are still so crappy?
What was that?
No, my copy said crap. Sorry, we had a minor audio issue. Let me repeat the question. Why is it that after all that experience, you two have such marginal records?
I actually don't think our records are too bad. For me personally, I started out pretty bad. I lost the first 2 Center Bowls, and since then I've really managed to have a pretty consistent record. I don't think that it's that bad at all. And we're over 500, both of us. 5-4, 5-4-1. And the thing is you play long enough over a span of 10 years, you're not going to win every one. So your average is going to, sometimes not be the best, or some other players in the game. But I think me and Geese are not too bad. Like I said, both over 500 after 10 years.
And over the course of those 10 years, how have you seen the Center Bowl change, evolve, magnify?
Well, it's changed a lot. You look at the beginnings. It was just, it was a way for us to just occupy our time before the start of the Super Bowl, because none of us liked the pregame shows. But, after that, we started going to Brooklyn and extending it out a little, making it more of a weekend. And then after, my grandparents moved to Jersey and out of Marine Park, and we didn't have that anymore. we really extended it out into more of a vacation, starting in Washington and then out here into LA and to cities all across the country. And so now, it's more of a vacation, in a way, and an annual reunion for us. I mean, especially as we get further and further away from college, it's great to see everybody, and it's great to know that, though you might not see each other all the time like you used to, you still have that one time a year that you could really, catch up with your old buddies and stuff. And, we got to go to Atlanta, and Miner was a great host for Center Bowl 9, and, him and Shauna, who also is coming to the fold and been a great player and a great center member, they, put on a great Center Bowl, and we got to see the city, and whereas in the past the Center Bowl was the focus of everything, now it's just one of the many elements. Like this year, we went to the Everglades, we hung out on the beach, we get to go sightseeing, and the Center Bowl certainly is an important part of it, and a fun part of it, but it's not all of it, and I think that's great, and that's a great evolution.
Any predictions for next year's Center Bowl?
No, I'm just gonna relax and enjoy this victory, and I'll deal with next year when it comes around.
Anything less boring, like asteroids or massive earthquakes destroying the planet?
No, I certainly hope not. No.
No, nothing like that. Fair enough. All right, well, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your victory, and we look forward to seeing you at next year's Center Bowl.
Well, thanks for having me.
Are we out? We're done. No, we're not done. Hold it! Everyone hold! Speaking of next year's Center Bowl 11, the Executive Committee voted unanimously to select the city by the bay, Cleveland. I grew up in Cleveland. I know it's the city by the bay. Honestly, who do you think you're talking to here? Fine. The city by some other body of water, San Francisco, to host the 11th installment of the game. It will be the second Center Bowl hosted in the state of California, allowing it to join New York as the only other state to have hosted more than one Center Bowl. It will also be the third Center Bowl in the Pacific time zone, and the furthest west a Center Bowl has ever been played. In addition, it will be the first Center Bowl attended exclusively by hippies and gays. So until next year, this is Adam Byrne saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time at the Center Bowl. Can I get a scotch over here? Anybody?